Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League's Dungeon Bowl. We're in week number 2. It's game 3 of our triple header this evening, and we've got a pretty classic matchup to round out the evening. Tonight is going to be the NC Snakes versus the Gutterballz, Move versus El Numerino, Dark Elves versus Orcs. Let's take a look at the standings real quick before we take a look at the two teams' rosters. These standings are missing a couple of games that have been played this evening that I don't know the score, although Bad Dog just mentioned a 1-1 draw in Arlington. You know what? Let's add that real quick. Let's just add that. Does anybody know the score of the other one? There we go. All right, it's missing one game. In Division A, with their win this evening in game number 1 tonight, Odin and Snuffle, coached by Clypheus, at the top of the leaderboard. That's the Norse. That's a Norse team. They won their game this week. They're 2-0-0. In second place, Conspicuous Disunion, coached by Chime. They're a Necro team. They're 1-1-0, and they are tied with the Fishy Fiends, coached by Ajax. They're a Renegades team. They are also 1-1-0. Over in Division B, at the top of the leaderboard, the Arlington Nationals, coached by B-Dog. They're an undead team. They drew the current league champion Nick Satan and the Dream of Wish Foundation a few minutes ago. They're an undead team. They're 1-1-0. In second place, my team, Technobabble Inc. It's a human team. It's 1-0-0. And in third place, in my opinion, the GOAT, Electric Man's Skaven team. They are 1-0-0. And over in Division C, in first place is MAML Nightmare, coached by Festoon. They are undefeated with a record of 2-0-0 this week. They are a Necro team, followed by Philosopher's Song. That's Spire's Lizardman team. They won week number 1. And in third place, the Discomancers, coached by Ian. They're a Necro team, and they won their week 1 game 2-0. The home team this evening will be the NC Snakes, 12 on the roster. That's going to bring their TV to 1,580,000 gold. 2 Witch Elves, all 4 Blitzers, and a bunch of linemen round out this roster. 1 Apothecary, 1 Cheerleader, hooray! 6 dedicated fans, and 3 rerolls. They're going to be up against the Orcs of the Gutterballz, coached by El Numerino. They have, 6, 7 is... Well, you know what? Why am I counting the players? You can have 16 on your roster. Why don't I just do 16 minus 2? There's 14 on the roster. Bringing their TV to 1,620,000 gold. I've already forgotten what the TV differential is, but I don't think it's substantial. They have all 4 big and blockers on the roster, just 3 blitzers, 2 gobos. Oh, I'm sorry, they have all 4 blitzers. John Turturro there is wearing number 16. 2 gobos, a thrower, the big guy and the troll, and a couple of linemen round out this roster. Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Rocker Crocker. That's why he's down there. 1 Apothecary, 6 dedicated fans, 3 re-rolls. How these two teams play? Move, no! Move, please! How these two teams gonna play Orcs? This is the canonical Bashy team, right? You've got these blitzers. They all come with block. They're pretty resilient, decent strength. You have the blockers who are high strength. They've all picked up block. You have these 2 goblins and the thrower. The thrower can toss the goblins. The goblins are great for fouling and for assists, and also, of course, for that throw teammate touchdown as well. SP Beavis is not worth it. What would Nuffle do? So their game plan on offense, right, is to cage up, bash, 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 open up a lane, move that ball down pitch, plain and simple. Lots of, and to that effect, lots of block, lots of guard, lots of mighty blow on this roster. They are going to try to punch these elves in the nose, take them off the pitch. Just 2 players with the tackle skill means these 2 blitzers here are going to be very key players in this matchup. Jeff Bridges with sure hands and Sam Elliott with sure hands means either one of those can be back to, say, receive a kickoff, but these 2 blitzers are going to be on offense. They're probably going to play halfback. On defense, they're probably going to play as linebackers to keep them mobile, to get those tackle pieces where he wants them to be, to turn off that dodge skill on a key player that he's trying to either knock down, or he's trying to shut down a forward movement, or maybe open up a hole in the formation. These are going to be very important pieces in this matchup against these Dark Elves. Dark Elves are the quote-unquote running elves. So they're very resilient compared to most Elven teams. Most Elven teams have an AV of 8+. Not true for the Dark Elves. They have mostly 9+. The two Witch Elves are an 8+, but they're very fast with an MA of 7. Sidewinder has picked up an extra point of movement to bring her up to an MA of 8. They have dodge. One is a blodger. They have frenzy. They have jump up. Jump up, very important when you're high speed, right? MA 7, you get knocked to the ground. Jump up says, actually, you know what? Not going to cost me 3 MA to stand up. I'm still MA 7. I'm still good to go. Blodge Sidestepper in Black Mamba number 2. A tackle frenzy piece here with Sidewinder. Key pieces for this this roster here as well. But the Blitzers also phenomenal pieces on this team, right? Again, AV 9+ is pretty good. MA 7 is great. They're all block. All 4 of them are blodgers. Just the 2 tackle pieces on the opposing team, so they can't handle all of this. So El Nubarino is really going to have to decide where those tackle pieces need to be. Moob, on the other hand, is going to say, okay, your tackle pieces are over here. I'm going over there, plain and simple. They can use their speed to get behind these orcs. The orcs on defense are going to have to set up a decent secondary to prevent these Dark Elves from just getting behind them. It's very easy for these elves to set up if the orcs are set up too shallow against these elves can say, okay, fine, you know what? I'm just going to encircle you. I'm going to get around you. I'm just going to dance by you with the ball. See you later. There's nothing you can do. So El Nubarino is going to need to be mindful of that. Probably try to screen out these elves, at least in the first half. We'll see what happens as players start to be removed from the pitch. I don't think it's, let's see, 1570 versus 1620, 50K. Nothing to really talk about in the inducement phase. So without further ado, did I say undo? Without further ado. Without further ado. He's got 500K in his treasury. Oh my goodness. He's getting up there on those expensive mistakes rolls. All right, here's the coin toss. It looks like, I think this looks like clear skies. Yes, indeed. So the Snakes are going to choose to start on offense. This allows them to control the momentum. It also allows them to punch first. The Gutterballz to set up their defense, currently in Cups formation. We'll see if he decides to stick with that. I think he's probably going to try to screen out. No, he's going to stick with Cups. I think that's fair enough. All right, Cups formation for the defense. 3 on the line for the offense currently. Nobody with sure hands on this team, but do you need them when you're an elf and your edge is 2? Now 5 on the line for the offense. 2 linemen on the line for the defense, and that troll in the nose tackle position. Of course, being the big guy, that troll has a strength of 5. Has Mighty Blow, has picked up the guard skill, but can also has access to another action called I was going to call it prehensile vomit. Projectile vomit. It's kind of like a chainsaw or a stab, where if it fails, it's safe. So if it fails, it's not going to be a turnover. But just like a chainsaw, it can kind of kick back on you. You can vomit on yourself. Also, watch out for that throw teammate option with the troll. So the troll can throw these goblins. There's 1 in reserve, 1 on the pitch right now. Here's the kick. What is that ball? Is this like a vampire ball? Turn 1 now for the Snakes. Snakes heavy on the right side. Taking a mark against Jackie Treehorn. Here's the 2-die blitz with Dauntless. Got to push out of this. That's the blitz. I think that's all we're going to see this turn. I think core number 2 is going to dodge off the line. They'll hold these orcs to a blitz. Pulling some players back, trying to control the pitch. Keeping spread very wide so these orcs can't get around the offense and shut off lateral movement. Yeah, there's that dodge off the line. Well done. Good action order here by Moob as well. 2+ pickup, no problem for the Witch Elf. Plenty of movement left as well. MA8 as fast as a war dancer. That'll be the turn. Turn 1 now. Back to the Gutterballz. Ajax Arise says, I have these orcs before I have these Dark Elves. Dark Elves, do some damage! A mark taken against Moxon number 2 and Taipan number 3 over on the right side of this formation. Marks taken now on the left side of the formation. So these orcs being the bashy team, they want to get as many blocks as they can. So they're going to take marks, while these elves are going to try to not give up blocks to the orcs. So they'll, on their turn, they're going to try to set up some 2-die blocks to push people away. And then after they've done all they can there, they'll try to dodge away. Well, they also have a blitz. Stun on the right side on the blitz. SB says, I was going to say stab is still my favorite skill, but it may now be Hypnogaze. Yep, Hypnogaze is pretty good. "15 seconds left on the clock for the Gutterballz," which I still find really hard to say. The Gutterballz. The Gutterballz. The Gutterballz. Gutterballz with the shallow secondary here, shifting Steve Buscemi over a little bit. I have the hiccups. The Bears. Turn 2 now for the Snakes. Two-die blitz over in the right wide zone. Gets a push out of this. Decides to follow up with Snake Plissken. And then Snake Plissken dodges away, now trying to carve out that right sideline. Is it harder than Irish? Maybe not. Irish wristwatch. That's pretty hard. Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. That's pretty hard to say. Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. But I don't really, like, I only say it fast like that, like I would normally take my time, you know what I mean? Irish wristwatch. Good handoff here to Cottonmouth number 3 to get this ball down to the opposing 12-yard line. Yep, there's that sideline carved out, and now a tight cage setting up around the ball carrier and the vermin. I mean, the bats. One die blitz against one die block against Carl Hungus gets the knockdown. I'm very interested to see in the new BB 2025 rules, like with stalling now just permanently in effect, how that changes the game. Because I think some teams are fine with it. I think some teams not so fine with it, you know? So I'm very interested to see how that affects the game. Failed dodge in the left wide zone. Definitely won't re-roll that. Turn 2 back to the Gutterballz. Continuing to mark out Coral Reef number 2 on the left in the left wide zone. Still a 2+ dodge away for Coral Reef. Easy dodge by obviously not a golfer. Take a mark on the front left corner of the cage here. So hard to stop Elves from scoring, especially when they have a full complement of players. It's hard to stop them even when they're down a number of players. So the Gutterballz, you can see what he's doing here is, of course, he'll try to stop the score if he can, but he's setting up here, good action order to reposition, and he's setting up to say, all right, if I don't stop the score, at least I can force the ball into the end zone to give me enough time to score at the end of this half, tie the game up 1-1, and then I will be on offense to start the second half, and then I will never give the ball back to him, and I'll win 2-1. Like, I wonder if the new stalling rule, it's not a new stalling rule, it's the same, it seems to be the same stalling rule as the Predator Nuffle, except now it's always in effect. I wonder if that's going to mean more lateral play. Did I block against Rattler is an armor break. Gets stun out of it. 2 rushes to mark the ball carrier. Very well done here by the Gutterballz. Now 2-die block against Moxon number 2. Turn 3 now for the Snakes. So the Gutterballz now with the mark straight ahead. They've got the Goblin right behind the blitzer, Steve Buscemi, to try to shut down that sideline score. Lots of tackle zones over on the left side, to try to stop the ball moving this way as well. Two-die blitz. Knocks down Steve Buscemi. And now a 2-die block coming up against Nihilist number 2. Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. With the Orcs effectively shutting down that movement, the Elves will retreat back across the line of scrimmage. Cottonmouth now on the Snakes' own 4-yard line. Well done by El Nubarino. And now there's that 2-die block against Nihilist number 2. Got the POW here. Big 10+ to break armor. It can be tough to do. Remember, all these elves are an edge of 2+. Their positive dodges are all a 2+. So setting up his, he pulled the ball back here, right? And he's trying not to give up blocks to the orcs, so failed dodge here. He'll keep this. But he sets up the tackle zones here, right? He sets up these tackle zones here. He sets up these tackle zones here. He's trying to control this pitch, at least for a turn, to give himself some movement options. I am so happy that junk is out of the house. I am so happy the junk is out of the house. Like, I guess everyone feels that way when they like clean up stuff. Oh man, it's so nice. Like, there wasn't junk all over the house. Like, this was mostly stuff. Yeah, mostly stuff. I was thinking, I was like, maybe it was all in closets, but mostly stuff in closets. But man, just having it out is so nice. A lot of it was like empty toy boxes. I collect toys, and one of the guys was like, "You sure you want to throw this out? I want to make sure you're okay with this. I don't want to know. I don't want to hear like, or I don't want you to throw away a box." And like, it turns out with the box, it's like worth $2,000. I'm like, first of all, no, that's not happening. But second of all, yeah, it's all good. Get rid of it. I can't think of anything I collect that's worth $2,000. 2-dive block. That's Black Mamba number 2. Gets a dodge push out of this. Seven seconds to go in turn number 3 for the Gutterballz as they continue to apply the pressure, breaking apart this formation right here, trying to lessen those movement options, moving forward in front of the ball as well. They're going to keep this contingent somewhere around here to stop these elves from just saying, okay, fine, I'm just going to move right back to where I was. Gutterballz on the bonus clock, now under 6 minutes left for the duration of the game. Foul. 2 assists on the foul here? Yep, 2 assists on the foul. Couldn't get anything out of it, but the ref not paying attention. The Goblin will not be called off the pitch. These Goblins good for fouling, good for assists, good for just getting a tackle zone between someone as well. And of course, they're always an option to be chucked across the sky, either to score a touchdown or to knock somebody in the face. Turn 4 down for the Snakes. Two-die blitz by Black Mamba number 2 gets the knockdown on Philip Seymour Hoffman. This frees up these 2 linemen right here. So now the ball's going to shift over to the left wide zone. MA7 fairly speedy. Of course, Sidewinder over here is an MA of 8. So there's a lane right here for Sidewinder to move through. Electric Man says, I had to step away for a bit. How many elves are dead? None so far. Moving this player around to here to prevent this troll We're moving this way, staying in front of the ball. Also keeps Jeffrey Lebowski out as well. Ball's going to cross the line of scrimmage to the opposing 2-yard line. Crossing that line of scrimmage for the second time this drive. That should fix that. Yeah, there's Sidewinder moving downfield. Dodging for days. Failed roll here. I don't know if he'll re-roll this or not. I don't know if he needs the player. Thought he did, but didn't matter. Spent the re-roll. The player is still going to fail the dodge and stuns himself. Turn 4 now forward to Gutterballz. Final turn of the first quarter. I still think the Snakes are okay. Yes, Beaver says Vamps, or maybe the Vamps are a team I take to a full 8 rerolls. I hope you do. $75 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. Move doing an excellent job positioning these elves. Again, just think of these tackle zones, right? These are all squares that are red, like they're off, right? These are squares you don't want to move through because you, as an orc coach, you don't have an agile team. So these are all protecting your ball carrier, and he's threaded these multiple tackle zones, so a blitz can't funnel players through either. Played a fun cooperative game called the Plum Island Horror, which is a very thematic. It's like, imagine Umbrella Corporation, like it's Resident Evil, but you're trying to save a town, and you play as just like the various townsfolk. You could be a police officer, or like the National Guard, or the trash man, or the mayor. You play like a faction, right? So you could be like the athletic club or something. You try to save various townsfolk while also trying to save the town itself. Too high blitz against quarter number 2. This will be a knockdown thanks to the block skill. Two points of movement? Oh, 1 point of movement left with John Goodman. Blitzes to take a mark on Black Mamba number 2. You may think to yourself, these marks don't matter, right? It's a 2+ dodge. And you do have to be cognizant of the fact that your opponent has an 83% chance of dodging away freely. But forcing your opponent to roll dice is always important. He took this mark with a tackle piece, which means Black Mamba's not getting that assist. I'm sorry, not assist. Is not getting the free reroll with the dodge skill. So a 1 will be a failed roll, a failed dodge. A team reroll can still be spent, but now you're burning up your team rerolls. SP Beaver says, let me tell you, 2+ fails a lot. Yeah, I think a lot of coaches, especially new coaches, don't really recognize it because it's hard. You know, I've said it a 1,000 times at this point, but people often think of probability in 3 ways. Either it should never happen, it should always happen, or it's a 50-50. And that's just not how it works. You know? So like, people will think a 2+ should always succeed. But no, a 1+ would always succeed, provided there wasn't a rule that said natural ones always fail, right? So like a 2+ is going to fail. Ask an ogre coach, ask a vampire coach, right? Like, you roll enough 2+, they will fail, and they will fail more often than you can intuit, right? Or that you're likely to intuit. They will fail, in fact, 16-ish% of the time, right? So you really have to take that into account. That's a lot more than it feels like it should be. Mick Mackey says probability is complicated and that the funniest outcome is the most likely. Yep, I remember that from school. Ball's going to advance all the way down to the 16-yard line now in the left wide zone. Snakes looking to score in turn 6. They fail 900% of the time sometimes. Yep. Except rushes, those require quantum physics to figure out. So the pockets, I keep calling this a pocket. I'm going to keep calling it a pocket. This protective unit here, covering the ball carrier. And now the blitz to get Jeff Bridges out of the face of these elves. Frenzy follow-up by Sidewinder. Gets a knockdown here due to tackle. Very well done. Sidewinder has to advance due to Frenzy, but knocks down that player and clears the space. And now fails to dodge, but gets a free re-roll here. Very well done by Moob. Moob doing such a good job of controlling the pitch. One of the many skills to learn in the game of Blood Bowl is pitch control. And Moob just puts players where he needs. I say he, but where they need to be, and more importantly, giving themselves options. Right. So it's very easy to sort of shrink down your offense, and now you're stuck. But Moob, we saw at the beginning of the drive here, carved out the space over in the right wide zone, moved forward. That didn't work out, but that's okay because the line was still intact, was able to retreat, and in the next turn, just shuffle that ball off to the left. A little gap opened over here, so a player moved in through this gap, was able to then set up the protection over in the left wide zone here, and move that ball forward. Doing a great job of controlling the pitch. If you control the pitch, you get to put that ball where you want to put it. One minute to go here in turn number 5 for the Gutterballz. Rushes to take a mark on Sidewinder. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz into a push against Coral Reef. Number 2 will almost certainly follow up here and now has a mark on the ball. The final of the both. Orcs again applying the heavy pressure here. They can try to force this ball in on this turn. They'll get 3 turns to try to score. It's much less than they would like it to be, but better than nothing. Troll's going to be really stupid at the line of scrimmage. I think that's fine. Defense collapsing on the offense. Turn 6 for the Snakes. Currently a 2+ dodge to score. NC Snakes drew their week 1 game, looking to pick up their first win here in week number 2. They made it to the finals of both the Chaos Cup and the Spike Magazine Trophy this season, losing the BB Nut both times. Looking to avenge themselves here in the Dungeon Bowl. Have already earned their spot in the Blood Bowl, but looking to make that an invitation to the upper bracket. Great surf here by the Witch Elf. Jeff Bridges knocked out. Just instantly falls to the ground. So might be trying to stall this out. Is he going to stall this out? Looks like he is. 2-die block, double pals against Steve Buscemi. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'd be ridiculous. Yeah, he's gonna. He covers it anyway. Good dodge. So I'm gonna try to stall this out for another turn here. Very well done by the Snakes. So took a risk here in order to try to prevent the Orc team from scoring. 1-die block here due to Dauntless gets a push. He'll take it. Once again, holding the Gutterballz to as few blocks as possible. They have 1 block, 2 blocks, and of course a blitz. Turn 6. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even notice the coffins. That's great. 2-die block gets core number 2. Double pals here by Jackie Treehorn. So really just taking the blocks he's been given. We'll have to spend this blitz trying to get this ball in the end zone, but already really running out of time. So I think the Snakes have done their job at this point. The Gutterballz, of course, will take any amount of turns they can get. But I think really at this point they're looking to remove some elves. It's a dodge push on Snake Plissken. Snake Plissken a blodger. Only a pal is going to knock down Snake Plissken unless you use one of those 2 tackle players. Good rush to take a mark here. Project Network with the follow. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Bad Dog says for those Move fans on the Huntresses, I have some bad news. Marking out Sidewinder. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz on Copperhead. Gets a push here. Has 1 reroll left. Might just spend this to try to take out a... Nope, doesn't spend it. So it's going to be a sidestep by Copperhead. Copperhead's going to sidestep 1 space back. And now a mark on the ball once again, this time by Maud Lebowski. The Gutterballz back on the bonus clock here. They've done a 3 minutes, 40 seconds. Still have a reroll to spend. Blitz has been spent. And the troll back at the line of scrimmage. That's a 4+ now instead of a 2+. Fails the really stupid die roll, but that's okay. Turn 7 now for the Snakes. Two-die blitz against the Goblin. Yeah, targeting. I think as a tactic, this is so good, right? So as a tactic, he goes after the Goblin here. This Goblin, AV 8+, so you have your greatest chances of removing the Goblin. But even if you don't, we talked about those boxes. So even if you don't, this box here is filled. I know this is there's no squares over here, but you have to treat those like filled, right? So he has this Goblin, comes in on the block on the Goblin. Greatest chance of removing somebody with the Goblin. That Goblin gets pushed and surfs a player. Very well done. Another opportunity to take out the Goblin coming up. 50 seconds to go for the Snakes. No action here. Wonder what the consideration is. It's going to move a player forward here. Gets an assist against Maud Lebowski. Sets up for another surf here. Oh boy, very well. So well done by Moop here. So gets the push on Maud Lebowski, gets a second surf, and still has the surf attempt against the Goblin. Very well played turn here by the Snakes. And they're gonna stall this out for another turn. So they dodged out here. No point in dodging if you're gonna score. So they're gonna stall this out for another turn. So well done. Oh wow, man, I love this game. Two-die block against John Goodman. Oh, didn't try to surf the Goblin. Tried to knock out John Goodman. I wonder why. I'm sure Move's a much better player than I am. I'm sure there was a very good reason for that. Failed dodge here with 2 rerolls. Oh, didn't even need it. I thought he was marked with a tackle player, but he's not. Gets a free reroll out of that, but still didn't succeed on the dodge roll. Turn 7 now for the Gutterballz. So there'll be no dice on the ball carrier unless El Numerito trusts in Nuffle. Oh, you're absolutely right, I am. So yeah, because he's got to follow up. Oh, he did it! Oh, he trusted in Nuffle. It's going to be a both standing result. Wow! Nat 6. That's what he needed. Oh, he's gonna force the score. Oh man, to make your opponent score your touchdown for you. Oh, well done. 1-0 the score. The Snakes take the lead. Oh! Moom said, I'm the home team. I need better fans. They were not very violent toward the Yorks. War Master says, learn something new every day. Yep, indeed. SB Beaver says it's the first score on the defensive turn like that I've seen live. Yeah, very, very well done. And keep in mind here, these are two great coaches. These are coaches that are no stranger to the quarterfinals, semifinals, finals. Ninja Gloppy, welcome to the stream. Ninja Gloppy says, that's the classic stop hitting yourself. Why are you hitting yourself? Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. The Snakes now setting up. They're setting up a little farther here on the pitch here, and that is because they are well aware that the untrained troll can throw a goblin for a one-turn touchdown. The maximum distance on a teammate throw is a short pass. So orthogonally, if you're throwing from, say, here, that's your quick pass range. That's your short pass range. So that is the max range. Diagonally, it would be here. So you can just draw kind of a circle. I'm going to draw a really poor circle, but you can draw a circle. This is your range for throw teammate. So he's pulling some players up forward because he knows that that's the range, and there's some deviation or some scatter, I should say, on the thrown teammate himself. And so he's trying to make the landing roll difficult, the dodge is difficult, and make this one-turn attempt as difficult as possible. McMackey said, I'd have played greedy for more Cirrus, but that would likely get punished with quad skulls and be sad. Warmaster says, Boom, do it for the elves! You're their last hope. They've been murdered all night! Including the halflings. As far as I'm aware, there have been 5 deaths tonight. Here's the kick. No kicker on the Elven team. So this ball will deviate up to 6 spaces in a D8 direction. And then bounce a few times. The Gutterballz get an extra reroll. They'll take it. Ninja Gloppy demanding death. I hope you get it. They've got a reroll. Nuffle wants to see this happen. Final turn of the first half. 2 athletes equals 1 player. Armor break. Doesn't get anything out of it. Second block. This is going to free up the troll for the throw teammate. This will be a ball pickup by Jeff Bridges into the and then a handoff to Tara Reid the second. No! No! That is the reroll spent. So took the block and now doesn't have the reroll for any of what needs to happen here for the touchdown attempt. Good 3+ pickup to a 3+ handoff. That works out. Now here comes the throw teammate. Bruce Killis pleads not guilty on charges of halfling brutality. Doesn't land on his feet. That will be a turnover, and that is the end of the half. 1-0 the score. The Snakes in the lead. The Gutterballz will be on offense to start the second half of this ball game. The Snakes now on defense proper. They're in the lead, and they've got everyone on the pitch. the Dark Elves to set up their defense. Looks like they might be setting up an anchor formation here. They got 3 on the line on the right side. Currently in a 3-4-4. That will be the defense. 3-4-4 with the defensive line here shifted to the right. Currently 7 on the line for the Gutterballz. Back up to 3 re-rolls for the rest of the game. The Gutterballz down to just 3 minutes, 29 seconds on the bonus clock. Just 4:36 for the Snakes. Moop says getting some bad input delay / lag, like 3 seconds after every click before it registers. Well, I hope it's not too debilitating. Let's see, what would it be? 4, 5-ish. Like no, nobody's in the office in France. Two back to receive here by the Gutterballz, or for the Gutterballz. Jeff Bridges on the left side, Sam Elliott, the stranger, over on the right side. Still have 7 on the line. They're going to try to block down this line and hold center pitch. 2 in either, I'm sorry, 2 in the right wide zone, just 1 in the left wide zone. Jeffrey Lebowski over in the left wide zone. That's a level 2 lineman, picked up block skill. Down to 6 on the line now, and 1 in either wide zone. Here's the kick. Very deep kick. And on the brilliant coaching results, Nuffle grants a reroll to neither team. Ball kicked all the way to the 24-yard line over in the right wide zone. Turn 9 now for the Gutterballz. SB Beaver says no combos on the pitch. How's he going to throw them? There are the Gutterballz. It's so hard to say the Gutterballz. I want to say the Gutterballz. LD Burrito repositioning players before rolling dice. 2-die block on the line. Gets a push against Taipan number 3. Two-die block on the right defensive end's another push here against Rat number 3. The Troll fails the really stupid roll, and so now the Troll has lost his tackle zones and lost his actions. Final block on the line is going to be a knockdown. Blitz still on the table. This will ultimately be a 3+ pickup with a free reroll by Sam Elliott. Iron Cynic says there seems like the new addition, a lot of skills for throwing players that I would never actually take on my players, such as 2-die blitz is a both standing result against Copperhead. Copperhead, the number 4 blitzer, is a blodge sidestepper. So blodge sidestep is a great combo. Block and dodge we've talked about ad nauseum, but sidestep is great as well, right? So you have block and dodge, unless your opponent has tackle or something else. Only a pal's going to knock you down, and then if you don't get knocked down, then you can go into any open space you want. You can You can get away from a chain block. You can continue to mark somebody. He can't push you away unless he fills in all those gaps. It's a real nuisance skill, and it's great on Blodge. First turn of the half now for the Snakes. Two-die blitz against Black Mamba number 2. This is a dodge push. Or, I'm sorry, by Black Mamba number 2 against Maud Lebowski. Frenzy, one of the few skills that is not optional. You must follow up on your blocks. Bad Dog says they made a new skill tree called Devious, and it was hard to come up with 12 skills to add to. Are there a bunch of new skills in Devious? I know they threw, like the sneaky stuff in there. Oh, I'll have to take a look. I haven't like thoroughly gone over the leaks. I just perused them briefly. The Elves applying a little bit of pressure here against these Orcs while they're split wide. The Orcs really want to stay grouped up. All that guard means that if they're grouped up, they're always lending assists to somebody. Being spread out like this is when they're their weakest. Move is recognizing this and trying to get some Elves between these Orc players. Bad Dog says it's a Goblin Coach's dream. I look forward to it. What's the name of the goblin that flies like on the hang glider? I can never remember what it's called. The Doom Diver. I've never seen a Doom Diver played ever. I was like, oh cool, a new goblin piece, and apparently nobody runs it. Turn 10 now for the Gutterballz. Oh, really? Great. So I have these little robot vacuums, and they've been fine, but like lately they're like, so you know they like map the floor, and their maps, boy, I've had real trouble with them keeping the maps correct. And so I was like, you know what, I'm done with this. And I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna get this other model of vacuum instead. Or I was like, yeah, I'm done with it. And he was like, yeah, I'm done with it too. I was like, oh really? I'm thinking to get this other model. What did you get? And he's like, I actually got this other make. He's like, oh, I got that other make. I'm like, awesome. Perfect. Iron Cynic says my U5 Pro is awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't actually look. I'm actually gonna write this down because I'm tired of mine. SB Beaver says have they made one that does steps yet? That's called an actual robot. That's called you. Iron 6 says U5 Omni Pro, mops and vacuums. Yeah, I have one that on the one on my first floor mops and vacuums, but I have to decide which one I'm going to do first, you know what I mean? So it's not ideal. Wait, have they? How does that work? How could they possibly do the stairs? Do they have legs? Iron Cynic says it senses what the mop and what the vacuum. Yeah, that's cool. That would be great. I'm looking for something like that. Armor break over on the right side here. Gets a stun out of this. Remember, this big guy has Mighty Blow. Mighty Blow gives you a +1 to your armor or your injury roll. 2-die block against Copperhead. Got the PAL here. He still gets a sidestep, but now a 9+ is going to break armor. I just get amazed, like, you know, you get certain technology or certain things, right? Like a vacuum cleaner, whatever. And then you just use it for years. And then you're like, oh, I'm in the market for a new thing. And then you look at the state of that thing, and almost always you look at it and like it's completely different. It's like, oh yeah, now vacuums make cupcakes for you. And you're like, what? Oh yeah, they're delicious. They're great. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, like, and if you need a third player in your board game, they'll play it for you. You're like, oh, wow, things have really advanced. Oh, that's great, Iron Cynic. That's great. Yeah. Really what I'm looking for is just something that will remember the map and remember my exclusion zones. And not, like, decide, like, the next week that my house has rotated 90 degrees. Failed 2+ dodge over in the right wide zone. I don't know if they're going to spend they are going to spend the reroll here, but Snake Eyes the roll. Didn't want this to be I was going to say a waste of a turn. It wasn't really a waste of a turn, but wanted to keep the drive alive, but Snake Eyes on the roll. That's a lost reroll. And why is this happening? My replays don't work anymore. They just don't work. It's just see the vampire die over and over again. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say they have to have legs. They have legs. They have like they're like the old He-Man Masters of the Universe like track vehicle. Yeah, maybe my house is just spinning into the nether realm. Speaking of NetherRealm, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection came out today. I haven't spent any time with it. I downloaded it last night. I played I just flipped through the games. There's 23 games in it. You get the arcade versions of Mortal Kombat's 1 through 4. I might be the only person who likes Mortal Kombat 4. I spent so much time in Mortal Kombat 4. I ruled my arcades, but nobody liked it. You get the Genesis and Super Nintendo versions of MKs 1 through 3. I think you get the PlayStation version of Mortal Kombat 4. I'm not sure. I don't think you get Mortal Kombat Gold from the Dreamcast. You get the Game Gear version of Mortal Kombat, which sucks. You get Game Gear Mortal Kombat 2. You get 32X Mortal Kombat 2. You get it's so cool. You even get like the terrible Mortal Kombat. You get Mortal Kombat Advance, which is terrible. It is so bad. You get Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero, which I like a lot. You get Special Forces, which is garbage. It's so cool. It's a great collection, and there's lots of like videos and history stuff, and oh man, it's so great. SB Beaver said it's been a while since I've been annihilated by you in a fighting game. And they have like the bezel, so like, you know, like Mortal Kombat 1, right? That was not a widescreen game. That was a 4x3 game. Good removal here on the right side. And so if you play it in a 4:3 aspect ratio, you can put like a television bezel around it. But if you imagine like a television screen, right, it's a little curved, and the bezel has like like notches around the walls. Well, they built it so that it's not just a border. The screen itself, there's like a glow, and there's reflections kind of off the sides of the television. It's so cool. They did such a good job with it, man. They always do a great job with their historical collections. They being Digital Eclipse. Turn 11 now for the NC Snakes. Iron Cynic said, I had some programmable tank thing with a dump trailer back in the day. It reminds me of that. Yeah, they look cool, man. Yeah, like when I bought a keyboard, I'm looking at keyboards like, oh yeah, they have Hall effect switches. I'm like, what? Okay. Minutes to go here in turn 11. Snake keeping up the pressure. Orcs have been able to regroup here, and this is where they want to be again. All this guard, these players are all lending assists. Big Trek. I'm not familiar. One die blitz against Jackie Treehorn will work out. This is going to knock down the big and blocker. I bought from my friendly local toy store probably 6 months ago, maybe. There was a re-release of the old Masters of the Universe Castle Grayskull, but like with some differences. There's some molded details now that used to be just stickers and stuff, and I adore it so much that I'm not kidding. I have it as the centerpiece on my dining room table. I have Castle Grayskull in the middle of my dining room table. And I have Fort Condor on it as well, which is like an extra piece you could put on it. You bet, Hank the Ranger. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here as always. I appreciate it. Love sharing this game. Just love Blood Bowl's so great. And we're getting a new rule set soon. It's so exciting. I commend. I genuinely appreciate Game Workshop's BB 2020 rule set. They did a lot of great stuff here over the last 5 years, and I look forward to seeing what BB 2025 brings. Spire says, Philosopher's Song Discomancer's over. 1 death. Any dead here? No, but that is 6 dead for the evening. 6 dead. My word. Turn 12 now for the Gutterballz. So the Elves regrouping here, getting back in front of the cage. But with the Orcs grouped up here, it's going to be tough now. I think when the Elves were on offense, it was a little tough to stop their movement. And now with the Orcs grouped up on offense, it's going to be tough for these Elves to stop their movement, especially if these Orcs can stay at center field, right? If they don't shift into the right wide zone or the left wide zone, I think it's going to be real tough for these Elves to stop this score. They've just really got to stop that movement, prevent that movement from moving more than a space or two a turn. The deadliest day in MAML history. I think it might actually be. I mean, it has to be. Electric Man says, I'm going to bed if I'm going to bed if nobody dies soon. This is bullshit. Somebody better die. Or I want to talk to your manager. Here's the blitz over on the right side. 2-9 blitz against Rattler. Just gets a push out of this. That's right. That's right. How dare you waste all these coffins by not dying? Ridiculous. Ball advances across the line of scrimmage to the opposing 2-yard line. That cage continues to be set up. So good way to get at this ball, right? Remember, these Witch Elves have Frenzy. That's going to give them 2 blocks. So they can get a block, push a player, block again, push that player, right? That's a great way to break formations down. The problem is these Orcs are such a bashy team, and you can see the big end blockers are in the way here. They all have a strength of 4. The Gutterballz back on the bonus clock. They're down to just 1 minute and 20 seconds for the duration of the game. Turn 12 for the Snakes. Final turn of the third quarter. They're in the lead right now, 1-0. They have all 3 of their re-rolls. NC Snakes repositioning here. Releases the well, the pressure was already released, but they're going to reposition to get back into formation here on defense. Oh, are we at 7 deaths? All right, this is so many deaths. I'm gonna have to verify after this game. This is like a bank transaction for $100,000. Like, I can't just auto approve it. We've got to do the work. Dead Freddy, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it seems like there has been, tentatively, we believe, plenty of them have been elves. There have been 7 deaths today. Hank the Ranger says, again, it was not Pips Pippy, so everyone relax, we're good. Got the knockdown on the blitz here, keeping this formation intact. Moob doing a really good job of positioning. We saw that on offense, controlling the pitch. Here on defense, keeping the formation together so that the defense can continue to remain effective, so that they don't get marked out, so that they're not not ineffective in the drive, and they can reposition themselves as needed for the blitz or for the assist, or even just to exert some tackle zones. Iron Cynic. Yes, sir. Pips Pippy. War Master reminds us 2 halflings equals 1 player. It's 6 deaths. Good 2+ dodge there by the rookie Tiger. That'll be the turn. We're in the 4th and final quarter of the evening. The Gutterballz in possession of the ball at this point, playing for a draw. They're trying to get this ball into the end zone. They've got 11 spaces more to go in 4 turns. Hoop says the lag is eating my time bank. Yeah, I don't think... Well, it would be ridiculous if they did, but I think it's just like an actual single, like, monolithic server that they have. Two-die blitz against Tiger, gets a push. SB Beaver says there needs to be a speed Blood Bowl option. 30-second turns with not time bank. That's called Blitz Bowl. Blitz Bowl is what? 4 players? 5 players? The Ranger says you still owe me compensation for my AI created Pips Pippy theme song. 21 seconds to go here for the Gutterballz. Taking marks. Blitz has been spent. Where's the ball going to end up? These L's, we talked about just stopping that score or stopping that movement by 1 or 2 spaces. It will be effective enough, right? And so they got their formation back together. And now the Gutterballz looking for movement options. They can only move a couple of spaces forwards. If they're going to commit to a wide zone, then this defense can start to swoop in and try to stop the cage dead in its tracks. So not quite committing. Does cross over into the right wide zone. Keeps that cage set up. The 2 big uns on the front of the cage. A blitzer over on the back right corner. A lineman over in the back left corner. .45 seconds left on the bonus clock for the Gutterballz. So we've heard Moob talking about the time delay. I wonder if that's affecting El Nubarino as well. And with 40 seconds left on the bonus clock and 3 turns to go, El Nubarino might need to keep that in mind with these last 3 turns coming up. The last thing you'd want is to have a plan in place that hinges on a move that you run out of time before you execute. Double skulls for the Snakes. Gotta burn through a reroll here. They get a push. This is why hanging on to to your rerolls is so crucial in this. You've seen Moob be very cautious with the reroll spend. If you're not getting something useful out of it, don't spend it. If you're not getting something useful out of your money, don't spend it. Save it for when you need it. Now he's got plenty of rerolls to spend when it really matters here in the game. Don't knock the 56k lightning speed. It ain't 28k. Appreciate what you get. Electrics Man says, look, no pressure, El Nubarino, but time's running out and you haven't killed an elf. So now the elves with a mark on the ball carrier. Here we go. Now the elves marking a bunch of orcs. Now they're shifting here. We talked about early in this game how they didn't want to give up blocks. Now late in the game here, by taking these marks, they're preventing these less agile orcs from moving freely. And so if this ball's going to move forward in these final turns of the game, they may have to do so exposed. These elves are far from reaching their deductible. D9 block against Jackie Treehorn. Gets a push out of this. 2 marks on the ball carrier now. .90 seconds on the bonus clock for the Snakes. Proud Star, welcome to the stream. Demanding death. We've had allegedly 7 or 6 deaths tonight. None in this game. Can we get one? Turn 14 for the Gutterballz. They are in a real predicament here. Boy, what is the play? Do they shoot out to the left? That's tough. Or do they just go down the sideline? Proud Star says elves should always die. First block to clear one of the marks off the ball. Ball still marked by Rattler, the number 3 blodger. Here's the blitz. Got the pow on Rattler. Hank the Ranger saying, move going with the make your opponent roll dice defense. And it's a solid decision, right? Two-die block gets Moxon. Number 2 gets a pow. This is over on the right side of the cage. I think he's going to shift to the left here, so he's going to end up blocking down Copperhead. Yeah. There's the block on Copperhead. Gets a push. Needed more than a push. Copperhead's going to stay in this drive. Yep, he's going to go right to the left. Probably doesn't follow up at this point. Yeah. On that push for the side stepper, you got to stay put. Now a 2-die by the Troll. Gets a knockdown. 8+ breaks armor with Mighty Blow. There's the armor break. 2 SPP for the Troll. Count it. See if the replay worked this time. I don't think it's working at all. Oh, there we go. Great. The Gutterballz back on the bonus clock. Turn 14, 40 seconds to go. The Snakes now. Bottom of turn 14. 73 seconds on the bonus clock. Still hanging on to 2 rerolls. Considering the turn. No movement left. Down 40 seconds. Now 2+ dodge over to the left for the assist against John Goodman. Got the pow. .47 seconds to go as the Snakes try to find or try to decide how they're going to do these blocks. So currently a 1-die on Carl Hungus, but that's a scary 1-die with the Witch Elf because that would have to be a follow-up into an uphill. 2+ dodge to a skull on Steve Buscemi. Re-rolls into a push. Doesn't follow up this time. Stays marked by Philip Seymour Hoffman. Warmaster says it'd be funny if the halfling said a giant gingerbread man is a big guy. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Snakes repositioning into columns. Into a column. This is fine too. Like when you have a single gap here and then you have another guy on the left side, this is still covering both lanes here. Turn 15 for the Gutterballz. They have to end this turn in scoring position. They are currently 2 spaces out. Two-die block on Sidewinder. This is a dodge push. Elder Marino is going to have to pick a direction here. I think it's going to be down the sideline. I don't know. I don't know if he can get this back to center field. Spire says, watching the Pipstars replay, he killed Moob. Who's coaching this team? The ghost of Moob. Knockout on Moxon number 2. Blitz still on the table. I think. Oh, it's such a tough blitz. Has to take it with Steve Buscemi to negate that dodge skill. Otherwise, Black Mamba is just going to dance around with sidestep. Here it comes. 2-die blitz. Can't be the both down results. The push is a problem too. He's going to take the push. So Black Mamba not pushed aside because she has sidestep. She's going to stay right where she is. Just go one space back. "17 seconds on the clock." And now 38 seconds left on the bonus clock. Has to move this ball. Hands off to Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges has an extra point of movement. 20 seconds on the clock. 2 spaces, parks him right here. 11 seconds. Oh no, 5 seconds to go. Oh no. All right, he's gotten into position. Just under the buzzer, turn 15 for the Snakes. I don't know how he's gonna pull this off. Great push on Jeff Bridges. And now it's going to have to be another handoff, an animosity handoff. Boy, he can get them all out of position. Number 9 can be pushed out of position. Steve Buscemi can be pushed out of position with Black Mamba on a frenzy push. I think he just keeps the tackle zones up. Oh no, he might not have enough players to do that. One die on Jackie Treehorn. This is a push. The clock's still ticking. Two-die block on Jeffrey Lebowski. He is now pushed out of scoring position. Doesn't even matter. His armor is broken. He's no longer a threat. 25 seconds on the clock. A one die on John Goodman. John Goodman now pushed out of position. Wow. A mark taken on the ball carrier. Stand up blitz. One die blitz into a skull. This will be the final reroll. Gets a push. And now the two-die frenzy with Black Mamba. Oh! Both standing result means there's no push and no frenzy follow-up. Steve Buscemi can still win, or can still score. Turn 16 for the Gutterballz. A two-die on Tiger is a pal. This clears the ball carrier. One re-roll remaining. 2 die on moccasin number 2. The push is fine. That'll clear Steve Buscemi. Well, not clear, but Steve Buscemi's still marked by 2 players. I think it's going to be a blitz on corner number... Oh, boy, no. It's got to be... Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's 2 dodges either way. Oh, boy. I think praying to Nuffle is in order at this point. Doesn't want to go against Black Mob. Well, maybe... No. Yeah, I think he wants to go against core number 2. All right, the Pal's good. Still going to be a negative dodge. Looking at a 50-50 dodge with no reroll. With no free reroll. Here's the handoff. Got through animosity. Caught the ball. 4+ to a 3+ to a rush will tie this game. Final reroll spank. Made the rush. The Gutterballz tie the ball game. What a play. Very well done. Four plus to a 3+ to a 2+. Final turn of the game, unless there's a timeout. Thanks, Iron Cynic. I'll check it out. I'll check it out this weekend. What a score by El Nubarino. Great defense by the Snakes. These are 2 great coaches. But El Nubarino able to pull it off. The 4+ was a 75% with the reroll. Then the 3+ was naked, and then the 2+, and it worked out. Orcs don't like math. SB Beaver, thank you very much for the bits. I appreciate it. Here's the kick. If there's not a timeout, I don't see how the Elves score. It is cheering fans. So for the pass here, he'll pick up 2 SPP instead of 1 on the pass attempt. But I think that's gonna be the game. We still have an opportunity for deaths. 2 die against Jeffrey Lebowski. This won't be it. I think the Ranger says, well, this game has been well played, it stinks because no one has died. We'll get there. We'll get there. We still got it. There's still 2 more blocks. We got this. Here's a knockdown. 10+. 10+. Let's go. Does he have a 1 turn happening? Frenzy follow-up. That is not going to do it. So he would have got to hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wow. Wow, so smart. So smart. MA7 came in with Sidewinder. Another push would have been in scoring position. 2 SPP thanks to Knuffle and Cottonmouth. Number 3. So well played. What a great game this was. And now here's a foul. The old GG foul. Got a KO, but that's not a death. Very well done. This one ends in a draw. 1-1. Congratulations to Move and LD Marino. What a great game it was. So hard fought, so well played. Wow. Wow. Neither of them like the draw, they're just angry. And with that, the Gutterballz will be in 4th place here. They pick up a draw. The NC Snakes pick up their 2nd draw of the competition. Both teams still undefeated. Boy, that was a lot of fun, man. 3 great games tonight. We've still got more here in week 2. Let's take a look at the schedule before we leave for the evening. Coming up next is nothing. There's a game scheduled for tomorrow, Friday, October 31st at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's UTC -4. That's going to be between Carnage Incorporated and the Goner Gets. McMackey versus Cobblestorm. I don't remember what those teams are. Goner Gets are definitely Goblins. And Carnage, it's Goblins versus Goblins. Oh, I'm so sad we're missing that. Goblin Bowl. That'll be on. It is playing tomorrow night, which you can watch through the Blood Bowl client if you so desire. And then this Saturday, November 1st at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time will be Technobabble Inc. versus, in my opinion, the GOAT. It's my team versus Electric Man's team. I am Humans. Electric Man is Skaven. And then 2 more games left to be scheduled this week. And when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to that schedule on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Play Blood Bowl, man. This game is so much fun. 7 deaths! Sorry, 6 deaths. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store. Until next time, until the next game that gets scheduled. Again, you can keep an eye on that on our website or in Discord. I'll put a link in chat. Yeah, but when that game gets scheduled, we'll see you back here then. Until then, take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening.